The second important thing is imagination. So what are you thinking? Because whatever you think, you're going to achieve. As the man thinketh, and so he is. That is the workshop of the mind. Imagination is the workshop of the mind. So imagine you are in a big factory, okay? And you're given a chance to have a plain checkbook, told that write anything that you want, and you are going to be given that thing. Okay, so if it's the amount of dollars that you want, write anything. So that is your imagination. Inside you, there is a huge factory. The way our mind is programmed has got a lot of frequencies that are connecting to the world, okay, and to our spirit. So the connection between your mind, your heart, and your body is very important. For you to have imaginations, you need to have a clear mind. Your mind has to have the belief that I can accomplish it. Because as the man thinketh, so he is. So whatever you conceive in your mind, you can achieve it. Okay? So it's something that we need to all practice. Once you have put your desires and you've written down what you want to accomplish, then you need to set time aside every day, morning, evening, and start imagining that thing. Start imagining that vision that you want to accomplish. Seeing yourself at the end of the results that you want to become. Okay, so you start, some people they call it meditating. Okay, you think about it, you believe in your heart that you can achieve. And by the way, imagination is powerful than the knowledge. Okay, whatever the knowledge you have right now, it doesn't matter. If you cannot imagine, you cannot do exploits. For us to do exploits, to do bigger things and huge achievements, we need to expound our imaginations, okay? Because imaginations are the things that we don't know. Our mind, actually majority of us, we have used only 5% of our mind, okay? So imagine one day you reach 50%, you will discover a lot of things. You'll be able to create other knowledge which we don't have now. So all this knowledge that we are learning right now, somebody imagined, somebody cultivated it until now we're using it. So it's for us now to think on how we can imagine better and how we can expand for that particular desire that we have. And as you're imagining, you should always be so positive. Even if you get challenges, because it won't be easy. If you look at every successful person, look at Starbucks, the huge restaurant where we normally take coffee and all that. According to the story that I heard, Starbucks has failed, has never made huge profit for over 17 years. So imagine yourself in 17 years, you are just doing something which you don't make enough profit. If it was you, will you be able to continue, or you quit and you start another thing? Little do you know that even that one can take 20 years. Okay? So the most important thing is to give yourself time to imagine, because there's huge power and there is creation in imagination. When you're imagining something, you can create anything, okay? You can create the results that you want. You can create the customers that you want. You can create ideas on how you can start making it. Even you can create the brand that you want, which will be unique comparing to any other brands. So have that imagination. Let me give you one quote from Napoleon Hill, my mentor from Think and Grow Rich, and he said once that we are the masters of our fate, the captains of our souls, because we have the power to control our thoughts. I'll repeat it again. We are the masters of our fate, the captains of our souls, because we have the power to control our thoughts. We have the power. Don't belittle yourself. When you decide to do something, believe that there's a giant inside you, because you're carrying God. So how do you represent God? Do you represent as a small insect, or do you represent God as a giant? Okay, the power, okay, that can help you push things and make it happen. By the way, whatever you start imagining, it will happen. I believe you have been trying to even sometimes think of a person, and that person will call you right away. Whatever you start imagining, if you're imagining negative about your relationship, about your business, about your children, you're getting worried all the time, maybe they'll be they'll get some problems, or maybe you'll not make money. If you just give yourself time to imagine that, you are actually establishing that. When it happens, you see, I had that thought. It's not that I had that thought. It's you who created it. So the universe tends to create things according to our minds. So we have got a lot of people thinking. And the way the universe operates is about frequencies, When I speak about frequencies, just like the phones that now I'm calling you from far and you hear my voice. How come you are in Europe, for instance, you're in London, and I'm calling you from Tanzania and you can hear my voice? Have you ever thought of that? How can the voice travel up to there where you cannot travel by yourself until you board a plane or something like that? If you think of that, know that there is power in the words, in the imaginations, and that creates a frequency that will stay in the universe to start searching for the right connectivity for you to be able to accomplish that. So it's the imagination is like the ability to create various frequencies in the world that will force people, we call them destiny helper, to call you and make sure that you accomplish that desire that you have. But imagination is free. So if it is free, that's why I told you at the beginning, imagine you are in a big factory and you are given a blank check to sign. Will you write small amount? So let's imagine, let's think big, let's believe in the thoughts that we have, and let's have positive thoughts. By the way, whoever is listening to negativity, or if you attach yourself to the social medias that are giving you negativity, or even the movies that are giving you negativities, stories that are giving you negativities, I'm telling you, that energy is going to be inside you, and you are going to, emit that energy to the people around you. But imagine you are only pouring the positive things in your mind. You are only imagining big things in your mind. That energy will also enter you and will remain with you, and whoever you meet, it will spread to others. And that's why you become so attractive when you're positive. You become so attractive to people because people would love your energy. You have that big energy. You say, this person, we need them. They will always invite you because wherever you enter the place, there was a joke one day saying, when you're entering a place, the lights continue to light on or they just turn off. Okay? So are you putting the right ingredients in your imaginations so as you can pour it out to the world and the world can bring it back as results of what you want? So as much as you're desiring, if you cannot connect your desires with imaginations, we cannot achieve anything. So for us to reach where we want to go and what we want to accomplish, let us imagine great things. Okay, sit in your place, have affirmations. Affirmations are the words that you speak to yourself every morning. Every morning when you wake up, speak to yourself that I'm a person who I am blessed. Okay, my customers will follow me. I'll have the destiny helpers. I'll be able to accomplish anything that I desire. Speak good things to yourself. Whatever you speak, it will create that frequency and facilitate it to the world, to the universe, connect that to the universe, and bring the same results that you aspire. So it's not magic, but it will look like magic. But you have that power to create that thing. It is science, okay? And it's very spiritual. That's why we say, before you can get something physically, you can create it spiritually. That's the imagination. So imagine beautiful things Imagine great things. Imagining you owning that house that you want. Imagining you driving that car. Sometimes you even go, to the car sellers and test drive, even if you have nothing within you. Nothing like capital or something, but you go, you do it. Because once you do it, it will be with you. The picture will be with you, and you'll continue to imagine her, and you'll continue even to smell the leather of that new car, and eventually it will start attracting you the right opportunities for you to move on, to take action, right? And move on towards the desires that you want to accomplish. So I would wish you to leave you with a few questions for you to ponder. And these questions, number one is, what does the workshop of your mind look like? What does the workshop of your mind look like? Are you depressed? You don't forgive? You're always blaming? You're always thinking negative of others? You see only problem of others? You're not grateful? Or are you grateful, happy, you hold your peace, you don't sit, on the grounds of people who are doing things that are not going to take you to your desire? It's very important. Look at yourself. Try to review your mind and clean it. That's your own workshop in your mind. You can clean and wipe and delete everything. Even the computers which we use, sometimes when we run them several times, we need to reboot. So can you reboot your mind and check your workshop and start programming your workshop in a manner that will take you to your destiny? If you cannot do that, trust me, nothing big can be achieved out of you. And later on, you feel bad, not satisfied, not happy. And some people, they even get sick because they are not accomplishing what they want. So the second question I want you to ask yourself, what is your workshop providing you in life? That workshop of your mind, what does it provide you in your life? Third question is, if values convert to wealth, what values do you hold most dear? Now, here is what is very important, because God honors character. What is your character? What values can you stand? Because you must create your own values, until that when some people ask you to do some things, you can say, no, I'm not available. So what are your values? If you build the right values, the way you conduct yourself, the way you dress, the way you talk, some people, they'll say, my values, I will not speak something that will not be positive. I'll always compliment. I'll always speak the truth. When people are making, I'm doing something wrong, I'll always tell them, So that's me, and I don't care, even if they feel bad, but I've already spoken the truth. So what is your values? Do you have the integrity? Can we still trust you? Because God cannot trust people who cannot be trustworthy. So we need to trust ourselves first by checking our values and principles that we have to make sure that we can be honored, with great things. The first question is, will these values transform your desire into tangible reality of money? So just write it down, and even if you can write in the comment, we'll try to help you more to see your values, So what values have you put in place for yourself? Number 5, how can you work to develop your imagination and succeed beyond limits? People say that the sky is the limit, but we always say that the sky is the beginning, because that's where you see. As far as you can see, you can achieve. So we need to see, what can we imagine, to connect to our desires that we have, so that we can accomplish greater things beyond our limits, beyond our thinking. Until one day you look back where you started and say, no, this is not me. This is the hand of God, because it's not my own strength. Little do you know also you've used your powers. exercised it. Okay, so let's have the right imaginations and be positive in everything that we do, and ensure that we embrace the right characters, and we don't mingle with people with the wrong character, because there's no two birds which cannot of the same feathers that can flew together. So as much as you want to be successful, we need also to see among the things that we do, how is our companion, the people around us, the people we mingle with, the 5 people that you meet every week, every day, every month. It's very important, because they will influence your thinking, they will influence your success, and also your imagination. So let's build it right and have a clear imagination, and let's not think otherwise. Always think it is possible. By the way, let's remove the vocabulary of giving up, the vocabulary of impossible. We just have to remove in our mindset and believe that anything that you can imagine, you can accomplish it. Thank you.